Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners with Jim Misiura. Now we're going to tie a Sulpher, a night vision Sulpher. Now a friend of mine I was fishing with the other day, it was in the evening, you know, when that twilight comes and they're slurping all over the place. And you could barely see, especially us older guys, you could barely see the fly on the water. And he pulled a fly out of his box that had a wing of Chartreuse. And he said it's supposed to be easier to see in the twilight. And he put that on, and to my surprise, boy, you could really see that. You could really see that wing in the in that twilight there. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. And by the way, he caught a really nice big brown trout on that. But we're going to use Lively Legs lip splitter number 305, size 16, and these are barbless dry fly hooks, and they're standard length. The thread I'm going to use is Hemingway 8/0 light yellow, and once again, this is really nice thread. It's strong and it is very thin. I don't think it's really, think it's smaller than 8/0. Seems that way to me. We're going to use the yellow costume turkey, dyed turkey quill. It's just a costume turkey quill. You can see the top is even cut off so they could fit them in the bag. And we're going to pair that with the moose body hair. And we're going to use some cream micro Fibbets for the tail. We're going to start off by getting that base of thread, starting it behind the eye, and we're going to come back halfway. And then we're going to come back half of that. And that's where we're going to put our wing. Now this wing material, this is actually egg yarn, Chartreuse egg yarn that I'm using. It's the only Chartreuse material that I have that I can use for a wing post, and this is going to work great. It's makes a nice little, when I trim it off, it's going to be a nice little button there for you to see in the dark. And we're going to go ahead, and I have a piece about 1 inch long, and I'm going to tie that in. Just tie that right into place there. Oop, let me try that one again. Get a loose loop, pull it straight down. Another loose loop, pull it straight down. Now it shouldn't move anywhere. There we go. Then we could go ahead and pick that up and put a few wraps around it. So I kind of went up that wing post a little bit, and you can see I'm holding it also, and that's going to help. You know, you hold it, and it's not going to flop over and your thread come off it. Now I'm going to go ahead and take a few of these micro Fibbets. If you want to get real fancy, you could use 2. But I'm going to grab, I don't know, I have 4 or 5 of them here. I'll hold them there. I'm going to get my thread back there a little bit, get them a little more base of thread on there. Size up that tail just about the length of the hook shank, and then we can tie that in. Now it rolled to the top, and that's a little bit too long. I always end up with them a little long. I don't know why. There we go. Just pull them, and we'll give it a wrap underneath the tail. And I could trim off this excess micro Fibbet. Now I'm going to take a single quill. Just use my bodkin needle here to get that quill out. And just pull that off. I have a single quill. And I'm going to take a single moose hair. And we're going to go ahead and pair those up. We're going to tie that in. Oh, I pulled it out. Try again. Just be careful you don't push the tail back down. And I think I may have. Let me put another wrap underneath that tail there. That'll straighten it out. There we go. And then I'm going to bring my thread up to the wing. And this one, I'm not even going to bother with that little bit that's sticking out there. Now I'm actually going to put my hackle pliers on this. Grab them both and we're going to wrap them. I always need to turn it so that I can see by the barb. And we're getting that great little rib effect, two-tone body effect there. And we get that right up to that wing post, and we can tie that in. And I take my poke and snip and get rid of that excess. Oop, my hackle pliers came off it. Make sure you always push that thread away with your finger. Now, because we have thread from there up and we're going to make a parachute, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of dubbing on there. And I'm going to use my sulfur orange dubbing. And it'll probably look more yellow with this yellow on there. Just need a small amount for a small dubbing loop or dubbing noodle. I have almost too much on there. There we go. I'm going to peel this off. You can see it's not easy taking it off. Take my scissors there a bit. Just get rid of that. There we go. Now I'm going to take a cream hackle. Those sulfurs have those cream legs. And I'm going to give this a crew cut. Cut that big piece off there. And I just hold it up this way and go upwards on it. And you get a really nice cut. A really nice close cut. And that's way too long, so I'm going to snip that. I'm going to tie this in. Nip it and get that tight on the front there. And now I'm creating the head of the fly because I tie off to the wing post. And we're going to bring that up. Just give it a couple of wraps, and now we're going to secure it to our wing post. There we go. Now, I always take the hackle and kind of bend it down there. And now it's, instead of sticking up, it's sticking off to the side there. And this is a saddle hackle, and it's long enough for me to use without. Turn that just a little bit so I can see. And put your hackle on. Just give it, and three to five wraps is fine. Then we're going to tie that to the wing post. Make sure you get your thread under the hackles. Give it about 3 wraps there. Then I can take the poke and snip once again. Trim that off. Take my whip finish and once again put hook over it, go around, and here's my X. I'm going to bring that up underneath, and then carefully make sure you get that thread under your parachute hackle, and then I'm going to hold it, and you can see there's 2 threads there. I'm going to take my head cement. I'm going to put head cement on the left side. Just get a couple of beads on there. Take this, bring it up from underneath, and you can see that head cement is going in. Just kind of go slow so that it soaks in. Go ahead and get rid of that thread. Now you can see that egg yarn. I'm just going to kind of twist it together there, and then I'm going to trim it to the height that I want. Got a very visible wing post there. You can kind of touch it and it'll puff out. And here we have a little night vision sulfur parachute. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase any flies from me, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. And if you don't see it on there, just simply send me a message and we'll figure out what you want. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.